Hello and welcome to another author reveal for America's Leading Ladies. I have the honor to interview Kathryn Martin today.
Hi,
Hello.
Cordelia. Hi.
Thank you so much for coming. I love the title of your chapter, Love Your Life. We're not going to really dig into the details of your chapter. That's for those of you who get the book and read it. But we are going to find out beautiful and juicy details about how you got involved in this project.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited to be talking with you today, and I'm honored to have been invited to be a part of this powerful project. So Pat Sampson, who, as you know, Cordelia, is this creative vision or force of good behind this book. She called me after reading about the leadership that I provide as a professional interim CEO to mission-driven organizations in the arts and culture field. And she also shared with me that she had heard about the coaching I do with purposeful leaders. So I didn't know Pat. She just called me out of the blue. And in our first conversation, I really knew that this was an extraordinary opportunity that she was providing me to help others. And I don't know about you. You and I were just talking actually offline. For me, ever since I resigned from my job and made my leap into creating a new chapter, wonderful opportunities like this just show up out of the blue. So what a blessing to be a part of this book, a book with Oprah and Melinda Gates and you, Cordelia, and now all of these other women that I'm getting to know.
Yeah. All of these, you're right, these doors really are opening it. And I think it's because we open ourselves up, right? Instead of compartmentalizing ourselves like we used to when we were in corporate, now we're just like free to be me. I don't know if you, look, sidebar. So there was a book in the 70s, it was a purple book and it was actually called Free to Be Me. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember.
You do remember. Okay. Yeah. So now we're that.
And we'll talk about, not only free to be me, but now it's our responsibility.
Yes.
We'll talk about why in a second.
Exactly. Right. So that's the next part, the mission. So what is, how does the mission and vision of this book align with what you're all about?
So as I've been reading through each of these chapters and getting to know these women, I'm really moved. Because for as different as we are, right, and Pat has really gathered quite a variety of women, it seems to me that we all share an intention for having impact, for lifting each other up, and for sharing in sometimes vulnerability and openness, the mistakes and the lessons that we've learned, all in order to help others. So altogether, we can make the world an extraordinary place. And my mission is to help you unlock and speak your impact, those things that happen to others when you show up, when we show up fully alive and feeling joy. So this is so important, especially with women, knowing our impact so that we can reveal and embrace our true value to ourselves first, of course, and then in powerful ways to others. And we do all of this in order to connect. I always think about this, connect with those people that we're meant to help, the people that are just waiting for someone like you to let them know that you're here for them. This is a way to live in our purpose no matter what we do, no matter what job or role we do. So I'm creating and coaching a movement of leaders who are making courageous decisions to take a leap into the next chapter of some kind. Actually, it's really a leap into themselves, to actively, to mindfully curate this next chapter of meaning and impact, personally and professionally. And the exciting thing for me that I wanted to share is that what I found is that we can use joy, which does not sound very strategic or professional, right? But we can use joy as a compass and a litmus test to connect to our impact, our true value, and then build the momentum and the success that we really want from following this path.
Yeah, who knew it was so simple? Like, I thought that I had to do, like, what is it, 100 hours in a certain area of expertise?
10,000, right? Yes.
1,000 hours, yeah. All that.
Yes, and we have it. We have everything we need here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in our hearts. So with that, tell me, what is the one thing, right, aside from joy, what is that one thing that we can do to truly step into making an impact?
So it's a great question. When I think about now, I've got hundreds of clients who say that they are now living in their dream careers and lives. Many are running mission-driven nonprofits, and their organizations are doing really important work for communities around the world. And I think that the most profound realization I have is that the way we each contribute to making our world better is by digging deep, taking personal responsibility for knowing and communicating our value, our impact, not leaving it up to others to define what we should be doing in our careers or what is and is not possible. So by understanding this, us, and the ripples of impact that we have, and I like using impact rather than what's our purpose or what's our mission. Impact gets us to that. So what happens when we show up? What happens in businesses and the organizations we lead, or in our communities or in our families, when we show up as our best selves, doing that special thing that we do in the unique way that we do it, the unique way that we be it? That's where amazing things happen. That's where ripples of impact. That's where we can make a difference in the world.
That was just so powerful. This is my most favorite part of interviewing each of you. It's like a mini coaching session. I just want to breathe into that for a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I want to close, though, with something even more impactful, which is your own personal quote from the book, right?
Yes.
Just like, so did you arrive at that, and what does that really mean? So I'm going to read it. Your true value is deeper than the list of skills and accomplishments on your resume. You are more than a job title. You are the impact you have on others.
Thank you for reading my quote. That was beautiful to hear it in your voice. And I think that this is one of those things that have been percolating up inside of me. And when it came out, I realized that I had known it all along. But it came to me when I was working in executive recruitment and search. It came to me as I was working with employees in the organizations that I ran. And I would say over the past 30 years, really, I've heard from successful leaders who feel stuck and disillusioned. Successful leaders, right? Who feel stuck and disillusioned. And so in my chapter in the book called Love Your Life, I shared 5 lessons that I've learned over the years, with some pain, right? So these lessons, they came with some pain and challenges. And I used that process and those lessons and that learning to reveal this to help people reveal their purpose. And like I said, for me, impact and joy is a great way to arrive at that, right? Sometimes I watch people, what is kind of squeezing their eyes shut. What's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's my purpose? And and sometimes the answer comes, but other times, no matter how much we journal, it's this. So for me, the process of revealing impact is just a path to knowing this. And again, I said in my quote, so many of us would value ourselves by the job title, all of the things on our resume, and we are more than that. So all we have to do, and this gets back to that responsibility. So if we know that when we're joyful, we're having the impact that we're meant to have, living in our purpose, and that therefore we are helping others. So all we have to do is keep feeling that joy, keep building on that momentum, keep speaking our purpose, speaking our impact, so that all of these people can find us. because no one can read our mind,
No.
right? We can't. How are we going to? How can these people possibly find us unless we speak? And this is where our voices in our heads come in. Well, I don't want to brag, or who does she think she is, or oh, I'm not all that, or my purpose isn't big enough. My purpose isn't to solve world hunger. But when we look at our impact, today I made somebody feel good. Today I made somebody see a new possibility for them. Today I made someone feel empowered. Chances are, when you look at your full life, you're doing that on and on and on and on. So once you know that and you can leverage it and message it, then momentum builds. I could go on and on. Thank you, Cordelia, for asking me that question.
I hear you saying, when we embody who we truly are through joy, we vibrate higher and we bring in the souls.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And it's our it's not a selfish act. It's our responsibility to bring this forward, to acknowledge it every time. So sometimes I work with women who said, I felt this feeling one time last year. It's like, okay, when was it? What were the causes and conditions that enabled that to happen? Let's recreate that more and more and more. And just keep building upon it. Because we know when you're feeling joy, you're helping others. How amazing is that?
Yes. Who doesn't want that all day long for the rest of their life?
Right. It's like it's a win-win, as they say.
Yeah, 100%. So for those of you who have listened and enjoyed our conversation, sharing is caring. So share this video with your friends, your family, and your network. And more importantly, get your own copy of the book, America's Leading Ladies. And yes, I will. Let me finish my conversation, okay?
Right now.
I'm almost done with my conversation. So the joys of motherhood and entrepreneurship.
That's right.
Yay.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So get your copy by going to bit.ly, America's Leading Ladies. That is capital A, capital L, capital L. And for a print copy signed by Kathryn, reach out to her directly.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Mama. It's in the car. I'll take you out in a minute. All right. Thank you, Kathryn.
Thank you, Cordelia. Thank you, Cordelia.
Can you say bye?
I want to stay with you.
Okay, you can stay with me.
Bye. And
Bye.
I got
Show them Blueberry. And Blueberry's going to wave bye.
And when I was playing outside, a certain piece of glass got in my foot, and now I have an injury.
And we fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you fixed it.
We did that right.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
So get your book.
Beautiful.
I'm just not going to say that. All right.